So I want to talk about being sober. I have been sober-ish, well, like sober, predominantly sober for like 15 years. The first few years were very up and down. A lot more people are drinking less these days, which is amazing. But like, let's face it, it is hard and it does come with its challenges. As many of you know, I battled with drug addiction, and alcohol, actually, I never had a hard addiction to. Like, it was definitely a crutch, but yeah, it was mainly drugs. But I guess like with alcohol, because it's something in society that we all do, it's so accepted. And I used to find that when I was out, people would always be like, oh, go on, have one. And it took a lot of courage to be like, no, I'm fine. And actually, I think them saying that says more about their discomfort than yours. Like, some people be like, do you want one? Fine. Others are like, go on, go on, go on. And that's not really supportive. And in the beginning of my journey, I had that a lot. People offering me like grams of ketamine or coke or all kind of things. And being the sober one, and you know, I didn't change my life. I didn't just like all of a sudden just stay in the boat and that was me. I still wanted to go out and dance and socialise, because I think sometimes we think, oh, how do we meet people? Like, if we're not going to bars and pubs and events and things like that. And I believe that's not true. Like, after now this 15 years of a journey of totally eradicating all crutches, because for me that's what it was, you know. I for many years tried to escape my mind and body, and my journey of being sober was all about feeling and learning to find comfort in myself and confidence. And when I felt bored or disconnected, not to take a substance to go more in. It was always about, no, I'm going to feel this, I'm going to feel the uncomfortableness. And to be honest, it's been the biggest self-discovery journey. Like, I still feel anxious at times in big groups, but it goes like within like 10 minutes, you know, now. And I recognise it. It's like, oh, why am I anxious? Oh, because I feel quite different. Oh, that's your indifference wound coming up. You know, and as soon as I can recognise that, I'm not using something to escape that. I'm like identifying it as opposed to running from it. And that's been my real journey. It does take great strength to be like, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing anything. And I think the thing is, the more you do it and practice it, the more people get used to. Now no one asks me if I want to drink or if I want any drugs. They're just like, water, you know, kind of thing. And like, I'll make a joke. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm a cheap date, like kind of making fun of myself, which you could say, oh, you know, you shouldn't need to do that. But like, I'm all about like, how can we show up and it just be easeful? Like, I can go to a pub and have great chats, and I will never go for alcohol-free beer and wine. Like, honestly, I think if you don't have a problem with addiction or an extremist person or all or nothing like me, I would probably just go for a nice organic glass of red wine, because that stuff that's in alcohol-free stuff is absolute shit. It's just sugar, it's refined, it's got zero nutrition. It's terrible. And I think now there's such a market and there could be made so much money from it. You're better off having a kombucha, or I would always go for like soda and lime when I'm out, but sometimes I'll ask for like fresh orange juice with like mint and sparkling water if I want something fancy. Because mocktails, let's face it, are really expensive. Sometimes you can go out and spend £100 on mocktails for the night. I mean, what the actual fuck? So yeah, I would definitely say like asking them for like sparkling water and orange juice, or soda and fresh lime with like some herbs is going to be half the price, and you still have a drink, because having something in your hand for some people you need. And also, when people do say, oh, do you want one? Be like, oh no, I'm just going to have this drink, or have it already, or just say you're a cheap date. And as soon as you say that, people just like forget. And it's a confidence thing. It's you choosing yourself, being like, oh, I don't want to follow norms, and I don't want to do this, and I don't want hangovers. And, you know, like, I had such a strong addiction. Like, I wouldn't leave my house without, I'd always be like, I've got my car, I've got my keys, I've got my ketamine, I've got my bag. And it took 4 years for me to even stop thinking like that. And even now, like on the odd occasion, I'll catch myself, because it was so ingrained that I wouldn't leave without substances, you know, in order to be in the world without it. So yeah, and soon enough, I mean, I was quite lucky. After a while, my friends almost were like, oh, this is Frankie, she's sober. Like, almost like, yeah, she's out with us, still partying and being sober. And that's where potions, if you've read my book, I have a whole potion section, because yeah, that's what kept me up till sunrise and stuff. When you do go on a more of a sober journey, you will lose friends. There's no denying that, because some people find it hard to connect with you. I've been labelled boring. I've been labelled, oh my God, so many things by friends. And actually, I'm way more fun than I used to be, because I'm like engaged. If I'm showing up, I'm like really present for it. I'm not repeating the same thing. When the conversation is boring, that's my cue to leave. Like, if the music's amazing, I'm dancing. You'll never find me dancing to shit music. I just came back from Glastonbury, and really interesting, some friends that were like really high would like dance to shit music, and I'm just like, guys, come on, this is terrible. But because you're intoxicated, you don't realise. And yeah, like, so sometimes friends won't want to hang out with you because you're not in the toilets, or you're not like staying up all night drinking, but you will have a lot more money. My skin is better. I don't get anxious at all. Like, I'm very aware of what I'm doing. So you do lose some friends, but you do gain so many other friends. And I think that's something we don't talk about enough. Like, okay, I don't meet people in the pub so much, but when I do meet people, I'm really like more inquisitive, because I'm not high. I used to be mute most of the time. And when I stopped taking drugs and drinking, when I would meet people afterwards, they'd be like, oh my God, you actually talk loads. I'm like, yeah, I'm not just mute in my own head, kind of thing. So you do make more friends, you end up giving things a go, and that's something that you have to do. You have to still keep pushing yourself to do new things, because the confidence crutch has gone a little bit. So you have to find that inner confidence a little bit more and really push yourself. And once you do it once or twice, I meet people in co-work, I meet people in cafes, I meet people at art galleries. I just got a lot more creative than the pub. Also, when you are the sober person in your group, it's like over time you do inspire people to be more sober, and like you start to see people starting to drink less, and then their association doesn't come, oh, you're the one to get fucked with. It's like, you're the one that you're going to do things with that doesn't include just like being in the pub or going for drinks. It's like you then create new friendships with old friends that are completely different to what it used to be. And you have to get really creative with drinks and things like that, which obviously I love. I'm going to show you how I make a little magical potion thing now. So, this is my blood. No, I'm joking. It's not. This is elderberry syrup that I made. So it's like elderberries simmered with cloves, agave, what else is in there? Ginger, cardamom, lots of lovely spices. Elderberries are just coming out in season now. So I make a big batch of this, and I'll have like that, and then sparkling water. Because actually, if I'm gonna drink things, again, like, as you probably know if you've been watching my channel, I'm all about things in the most natural form and the healthiest. I don't want to drink like all of these sweetener, fake alcohols or cocktails. Like, I just want to eat and drink like lovely, natural, beautiful things. And this is like good for the heart. It's good. It's just good for, it's full of vitamin C, you know, and it's from our hedgerows. So good. It's like, and it feels a little bit medicinal, you know. And if you did want to drink, you could make that and have alcohol. But it's all about, like, I think, honouring our body. And in this modern world, we're so used to avoiding and numbing, and it's so normalised that actually giving up alcohol or drugs for a little bit or doing less is so eye-opening to see what we really feel and think, and like really challenge ourselves. Like, can we have a good time without crutches? How can we? Do we even like that person we've been hanging out with and drinking with? They're a bit of a cunt, maybe, you know? It's like, actually, it takes off this, like, well, for me, it was taking off like a numbness of how I saw the world to how I really feel. And even after 15 years, I'm still learning, and I'm like amazed by the journey. So, cheers. So after years of like not, you know, of being sober, cutting out the drugs, doing all the bits, finding myself. I don't even really like the word sober because it feels quite like extremist, and I'm really trying not to be so extreme and trying to change the ways of like just me having more balance in my life. But a big thing I found was that I really started to crave deeper connection, and like I'm not very good with surface conversation anyway. I reckon that's why I was high all the time, because I just felt like, I don't know, you know, like I craved more depth. So I started putting on like circles for women and like supper clubs, and the whole focus is to have deeper conversations, because I think a lot of the time people, I know myself, like I love happy and silly, but I also love deep conversation. The bit in between I can't fucking stand, got no time for that. And doing the events and supper clubs was really like bringing community together that wanted that, where there's no alcohol, but also where we learn from each other. And actually when we're honest and vulnerable, God, the connections we make are like so much deeper and so insightful, and someone that you think is so different to you is actually not that different to you. Like, mention that you sometimes feel anxious or this and that, you'll soon see like who kind of is like, oh, I feel like that. And I guess you have to have a little bit of courage, because if you open it, someone will follow. And for the people that say, oh, I'm sober, I feel a little bit lonely, start doing a supper club or meetups or something, because it's up to us to create community in this modern day world. And yeah, like people are fucking amazing, and it doesn't need to be down the pub anymore. Them days are kind of gone on some level.